Yeah, authorities say that 31-year-old Curtis D. Packard of Fort Collins was involved in a multi-million-dollar investment fraud scheme involving a victim in Utah, but there may be as many as 6 more victims in this case.
In this case, the victim was out a lot of money, his entire family fortune.
On Tuesday, Fort Collins police arrested Packard for 3 counts of theft and 4 counts of securities fraud after an 8th Judicial District grand jury issued indictments relating to the investment fraud.
I think there was some deliberate redirection of monies to investments that were not held out to be for these investors. So there's a clear securities fraud violation.
Sergeant Don Whitson with the Fort Collins Police Financial Crimes Unit says that between March 2006 and December 2007, Packard is alleged to have received money from one investor in excess of $7 million, who thought he was investing the money into multiple real estate properties on his behalf.
The investments primarily were for real estate development transactions in the northern Colorado and Denver area.
It appears Packard made minimal investments in the projects promised. Eventually, the investor recognized transactions were not being made on his behalf and reported the situation to Fort Collins police.
So there was some lag time between the time he had invested on a number of different projects, and by the time he found out, realized that there were no deeds and titles issued, then he brought it to our attention. But we've been working this case since March of 2010.
Whitson says Packard was using the money to support a lavish lifestyle, buying million-dollar homes, brand new Range Rovers for himself and friends, as well as boats and jet skis, and that this case may in fact reveal multiple victims in multiple states.
This has tentacles out to other states and to other victims in other states, we believe.
If convicted, Packard could face more than 80 years in prison and up to $9 million in fines. Now, authorities with the task force say that they aren't sure whether or not that any of these victims will be able to receive any of their money back. The information that we got was that this particular gentleman in Utah basically lost his entire life savings. Packard remains in the Larimer County Detention Center on $500,000 bond. Reporting in Fort Collins, Tom Livingston, Northern Colorado 5.